Well, the cover that's out now, the jacket, is a black album cover with a lot of water on it, and basically I had to take my two fingers and write "Slippery When Wet."
Slippery When Wet, one of the greatest selling rock albums of all time. It is the record that launched Bon Jovi into superstardom. They had released two records before this, their debut, Bon Jovi, followed up by 7800 Degrees Fahrenheit. But it was this record, their third, which would change the band's lives forever. And the proof is in the pudding, as they say, with songs like Let It Rock, You Give Love a Bad Name, Living on a Prayer, Wanted Dead or Alive, Never Say Goodbye. All instant classics, all mega radio hits. Timeless classics that stay with the fans forever. And don't discount the rest of the record either. Social Disease, Raise Your Hands, Without Love, I Die For You, Wild in the Streets. All very solid rock songs. So with a massive album like this, it may surprise some. The work that went into the cover art for this record took the band like 15 minutes to make in the end. And here's the story. Now, originally the album was going to be titled Wanted Dead or Alive. The band all grew beards and the cover was going to look something like this. However, management quickly talked the band out of that. The album title was changed to Slippery When Wet, which drew inspiration from the strip bars the band had been frequenting.
Slippery When Wet was conceived, as we'd say, in a strip bar.
So, with everything now in place, this was going to be the band's new album cover. But there was a problem. Record executives did not want this as the cover for the record because they feared that record store chains at that time would have refused to carry the album because it had such a sexist cover on it. And they were really cracking down on that sort of stuff at that time. Problem is, several 100,000 copies of the album with this cover had already been printed. And Jon Bon Jovi himself had a problem with the cover, not so much with the woman on the front, but mainly with the pink border that went around the outside. Didn't like that at all. Guitarist Richie Sambora said, "Our label freaked out a bit when they saw what we'd done. They thought it would be banned by American stores. So we had to come up with something else. Fast." And fast is the key word here. The cover that we all know and love for this record was done at the very last minute. And for anybody out there who was wondering how exactly this cover was made, well, what you're looking at here is a black rubbish bag, a rubbish bag, sprayed with water, and Jon Bon Jovi has simply used his finger to write the words "Slippery When Wet" onto that rubbish bag. With the former cover being rejected, and their first single, You Give Love a Bad Name, about to go to radio, the band were told, hey, you need a new album cover, and right now, otherwise you're out of luck.
This album cover was shot at 3 in the morning. It is a hefty garbage bag, squirted with water, and with my fingers, I wrote Slippery When Wet. At 3:15 in the morning, I turned it in and I said, there's your album cover. Went on to be one of the biggest selling records of all time.
So there you have it from Jon Bon Jovi himself. That cover took like 15 minutes to make. It's a pretty iconic cover. Does look pretty good for an album cover. When you know what it actually is, it kind of makes you laugh. It's kind of funny. Just how simple it is, but how iconic it is at the same time, right? So there it goes, guys. The new Bon Jovi docuseries, Thank You, Good Night, is streaming now on Disney Plus and Hulu. Be sure to check that one out. Thanks as always for tuning in. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we will catch you next time.